all my reviews is usually off the top, but this one's going to be literally just straight off the top of my brain for Terrifier 2, which is out in theaters now. Holy shit, bro. This movie is completely batshit crazy to the utmost, and people who don't get it, you're not gonna get it. I watched Terrifier 1, then I watched Terrifier 2 like back to back. I watched Terrifier because I always used to put it on Terrifier 1 when I go to sleep in bed, like in Netflix, and I just watch it, you know what I'm saying, go to sleep. I'm God with it, but it disturbs the shit out of my wife. Like, what the fuck are you watching? But I always fall asleep until the super killing comes, because this one scene in Terrifier 1 that's so over the top. It might be one of the best kills in horror of all time. It has to do with a hacksaw and a woman hanging upside down. Geez, that shit was disturbing, but I liked it though, you know what I'm saying? Because I like the special effects in it. Now, Terrifier ain't gonna be for everybody. Like, I come from the 80s, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Fangoria kid. This is what these movies are labeled towards. This is what they're marketed to, you know what I'm saying? The Fangoria kids that looked at the chopping list and, you know what I'm saying, try to find the most violent things or the best special effects out at the time. The thing, I was all into that because those practical special effects are what we were really into. So when we get into Terrifier 2, they even turning up another notch past part 1. This movie is absolutely insane. The kills, it's literally putting salt in the room. I mean, literally putting salt in the wound. It's so fucking over the top. This movie does not know how to cut away. What the fuck you talking about? A cutaway to a kill? No, no, they're gonna give it to you. They're gonna really fucking give it to you. I'm talking about gore, guts, eyeballs, people's getting decapitated, penises getting cut off, a little scene with some bleach that I'm not gonna spoil for you if you haven't seen it. Art the Clown is actually fantastic in this film. We gotta start putting him up with some of the greatest horror icons of all time. Dude is magnificent. He steals the screen when every time he is on the screen. It's electrifying. You want to see how he's going to kill the next victim, because that's all these Friday the 13th movies was. Like, let's get it straight. I love Friday the 13th, but Friday the 13th is a ripoff from Halloween, and Jason got so popular, Blur, because of his violent kills, right? Friday the 13th even won the violent kills by Tom Savini. And then we go down the line, you know, we're a big fan of Jason to see how he's going to kill the next victim. I was in a social media post and somebody said, like, everybody's in Terrifier, loving Terrifier because of the blood, the gore, but I'm in it for the characters. And, you know, if the killing doesn't mean anything if it's not justified. But, like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? No one's in here for the characters, bro. We don't give a fuck. Terrifier attempts to tell a story with, you know, a broken home and the father has died or whatever. Like, okay, cool. We don't give a fuck. Put Art back on the screen and let's see him abile the next victim. If you don't get this, if you don't get the concept of Terrifier, you just don't get it. This is a throwback to the 1980s gore. That's what it is. That's what I'm saying. This movie is damn near comical because I'm laughing at some of the shit. I mean, it's so fucking over the top. You can't take it seriously. People I heard in the theaters been passing out and fainting. I mean, if you're doing that, you just don't get it. Like my wife, like she said, this doesn't affect your soul. You know what I'm saying? Does this bother you on a deep level? I'm like, no, no. It's just a movie. You know what I'm saying? It's just a movie. We're here for the gags. We're here for the kills. And I think, honestly, that's where modern horror has slipped a little bit. They have been cutting away from kills. I'm talking about Scream, Halloween even, you know, they've been getting away from the slasher, what made slashers prominent back in the early 80s, you know. I don't know when it started to dip out, but it started to dip out. People started cutting away from the kills, but, you know, not here. They bring it back in full stream. And I'm glad this movie is independent because no major studio will let you do that. Because even major studios, even the Friday the 13th, I know what happened in part 7, they came in and just cut all the kills out of the Friday the 13th part 7. Like, no, you got to tone that down. That's NC-17. That could be. This movie's definitely NC-17. If you like mashed potatoes, oh, It's a kill here with mashed potatoes. Oh my God, I just couldn't believe they went there. But I'm like, yes, yes. This is not elevated horror. It ain't the Babadook. It ain't the Witch. It ain't an A24 movie. And I love those movies as well. I can respect great filmmaking, great storytelling. Not to say this, is a bad film or storytelling, but it's just straight to the fucking basics. It's straight to the raw and the real. And art brings that. So I highly recommend Terrifier 2. So if I had to score Terrifier 2, I think it does slow down. I think the movie's a little bit too long. They could have cut about 45 minutes out of it when it becomes to the characters. You know what I'm saying? We really don't care. It kind of drags on a little bit. And then as it drags on, it makes art look a little weaker. You know what I'm saying? I think it just could have been trimmed down to make it a fucking tighter movie though. But as for an entertaining factor and the kills in here is over the top. I highly recommend it if you got a strong stomach, if you got a hangover or some shit, and you gotta eat some greasy food, don't fuck with Terrifier because it's gonna fuck you up. If you got a squeamish stomach, don't fuck with Terrifier. This is for like the hardcore, you know what I'm saying? It's an independent horror film that takes it over the top. And for a person that used to do practical effects, I highly appreciate it. I say the only movie this year that's just as violent as this film is a film I reviewed on my channel is Vengeance 2, which, takes the gore level to that upper echelon. But, this one is done very well. I suggest you watch it. So if I had to score Terrifier 2, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed this Carnage Candy. The music is good. It's got that dark synth music. It's just super dark and creepy. Like, what I like about Art the Clown, like Pennywise is scary as shit, right? Like it's a scary ass clown, like you don't want to fuck with. Art the Clown is scary, but he's more creepy and he's kind of funny as well because he's like a mime. He doesn't talk, so everything he does, it's interpreted and it's I don't know. I just find it funny. Like when I was watching it, like what are you watching? My wife left the room, but I love it. It's like this is Terrifier, babe. Don't worry about it. Anyway, have y'all seen Terrifier 2? Let me know y'all thoughts in the comments below. Is this movie too over the top? Do you like more elevated horror, more thought-provoking horror? That's fine too. I like that too. Back in the day, really, if you think about it, the first Nightmare on Elm Street could be considered elevated horror, right? There was no slashers coming in dreams and things like that. That's, a pretty thought-provoking a concept and for a plot for a movie. So, it's all to interpretation. It's all subjective. What do you think? This shit kind of works for me because I come from an era when this was dominant. So let me know what y'all think in the comments below. And if you like this video, go ahead. Hit that like button. And for real, thank y'all once again for watching this video. If you really want to become a part of the Q Review family, I appreciate it. If you just hit that subscribe button. And like Art said, don't just stare at it, eat it.
I'm out cold, you hoes been exposed. Walk up on you slow with the foe and unload. You got more left for dead on the road. I strode when your car got